Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passionate desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market, you get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart as low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with PhilsGang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, PhilsGang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to PhilsGang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
Even though Congress isn't ready to do it yet, President Trump will not rest, will not relent until we repeal and replace Obamacare.
Well, that's going to be some time. That's right, because why? The key to President Trump's success and that of the country is not the health care. It's getting good jobs for a working middle class. It's to get economic growth from those jobs. Now, how do you get those jobs? Is to convince companies to reinvest back into their company to produce more, to pay wages. When you produce more, wages go up. That's the key here. Not the health care. He'll get that fixed at some point. But what did he think? He's going to get it fixed in 17 days? Of course not. To him, it wasn't health care from the beginning. He knew he had a problem with health care. He knew he had 30 lawmakers, Republicans, who hate him, call it the Freedom Caucus. They should change the name to the Dopey Caucus. You could have put on paper, you could have said to the Freedom Caucus, here's a piece of paper. You put on whatever you want and I will sign it. And they still wouldn't have signed it. That's not their goal. Their goal is to destroy President Trump. They want him to have one term. That's the goal. There's nothing he's going to do that they're going to agree with. Think about it. They brought up, 55 different times repeals. They got to the House, 55 for a vote. But when Trump comes in office, they can't get it to the House. Not the first time, after 55 times. What the hell's going on? You know what's going on. They had no intent. And Trump knew that, and that's why he's not going to waste time. Remember what happened with Obama. He wasted 187 days. 187 days working on that stupid Obamacare where he forced people to buy a product. My God. You talk about stomping on capitalism. Forcing somebody to buy something in this country? This is not Russia, but he forced you to buy health insurance. 887 days. And what did he do? He never reformed the tax bill. The key is to grow the economy. How do you grow the economy? You've got to reform taxes. That's our big problem. The tax bill has been around for so many years. You've got to reform it. If you don't reform it, you can't get the economy to grow. And by the way, Obama didn't want the economy to grow. He wanted to have an economy that would be relying on distribution of wealth. He wanted a socialism system. That's what he wanted. He wanted socialism. Because nobody in their right mind would ever tie up 187 days coming in after the worst market meltdowns, worst economy meltdown. Nobody would ever come in and focus on health care. They'd focus on jobs, wouldn't they? An idiot knows that. Well, he had no interest in making America great. He wanted to make America a welfare state. So Trump knew that going in. And he knew he wasn't going to get this passed. The only way he could have got this passed, if I were him, I would have taken the same 187 days, so that's what he wanted, and I would have gone out to the country, out to the folks who put him in office. Explain it to him. You can't explain. Nobody understood the bill to begin with. Nobody understood it had 3 phases, which was a joke. Should have been 1 phase. Pass it all at once. It had so many twists and turns. Nobody understood it. He should have taken 187 days and gone out, and he should have put his case out to the folks. Listen to this.
Trump's great strength is in the country, as Reagan's great strength was in the country. It took Reagan until August to pass a tax cut, which is a pretty easy thing. It took us until August of 96 to pass welfare reform, which is a relatively easy thing. First ground rule is simple. Don't set up an artificial deadline to fail. The second ground rule is equally simple. Start with the country understanding what you're doing, and then try to do it in Washington. But they're here with the fake score from CBO and the absurdity of the Senate reconciliation bills, trying to explain a process that is hopelessly complicated to the average American, and then saying in the age of Donald Trump, trust us, we're going to fix it all in the second and third phases. It was just profoundly misdesigned.
He's right. Gingrich is right. He should have gone out and sold it to the folks. And then he would have got it probably passed, because then you'd get all the folks on the phone to the 30 freedom dopes, the Freedom Caucus, who, as I said, they're just a no. They should call it the No Caucus. They'll say no to everything. I wouldn't put it past the same caucus to assassinate Trump. Along with there's so much hate. They want to keep the system the way it is in Washington. A very few people, handful of people, plus Congress getting very wealthy with all the payoffs, with all the lobbying going on. Trump is disturbing that. It's been there for, at least 40 years. Everybody's been getting rich off of us. They want to change Obamacare. So, but at least Trump is smart enough now to know he's not going to waste the 187 days on health care. Trump knows he's going to grow this economy. And to grow this economy, he's got to provide full-time, meaningful, high-paying jobs. So people can make enough money to pay for their health care no matter what the cost. He's right. Let's stop thinking about an entitlement economy. That's what they were giving as an entitlement country. The plan, think about it, like Obamacare was just another form of government control. It wasn't free. It wasn't a free market solution. You could not cross over the state lines and buy insurance. How stupid is that? How stupid is that? Not to have that in a bill that you could cross over the state lines. How stupid. How stupid that they eliminated pre-existing conditions instead of putting like a trust together and to take care of the people and they have pre-existing conditions. Fund it, but outside of this bill. This bill was dead. Trump knew it. He knew Ryan was going to stick him in the back. He knew Ryan wasn't going to give him a clean bill to sign. But he said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play the game. I'm going to get rid of this thing, put it behind me. I deal with it later. Now let's go out and grow the economy, which Obama never wanted to do. First, it was too much work. And second, he didn't want to grow the America. He wanted people to depend on the government. So now Trump has to get out there and fix this thing. Not the health care. He'll fix it eventually. He's smart. What he's saying is this thing is going to blow up on its own, and let Pelosi own it. Let Schumer own it. It's going to blow up. He's right. In the meantime, I'm going to spend my time making sure you got a good full-time job so that you can retire. And that's smart. I'll be right back after this break. 15 past the hour here in Phil's Gang. Join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud Z store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's Phil'sGang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. If you want to join the gang, call 855-745-7445. And we're going to take, 877-6, no, wait a minute. Yeah, if you're going to call the gang, here's the call-in number, 855-745-7445. If you want to call, that's the number. We're going to open up the lines today because I know a lot of you have concerns about the market, so I figured I'd open up the lines and put your chart. You don't have to be a gang member. I'll put your stock on my chart and I'll be able to help you. All I ask, if you make a little money, remember St. Jude. So again, 855-745-7445 if you want to participate. Do not have to be a gang member. All right, the stock market, it was amazing. Everybody said the market was going to go higher because everybody was convinced that this deal was going to go through. I never was convinced. In fact, remember, if you recall, I kept saying how they're going to pull I said they'll pull this thing. They'll pull the bill. And here's what I said. I can tell you they'll never pass this bill. They're going to pull this bill first. I'm telling you. So we're not going to worry about it. Right. And what did they do? They pulled the bill. They pulled it Friday afternoon. And then I said, okay. I said, now, here's what we're going to do. This was Friday. So hopefully, this was Friday after the market closed. So hopefully Monday we can get a couple 100-point drop in the morning. That's what I'd like to see, okay, because we're really set up for it. All our stocks are. Yeah, and that was, remember, about 5 days earlier, I offered everybody, I said, why don't you join the gang and follow me on XLI, do an exchange-traded fund. You can follow me. I'll invest in XLI, and you can follow what I'm doing. If you recall that, I said, matter of fact, I did 3 stocks. And I said, just join, and you can follow me. Every day after the radio, every day after the show, I will show you how I did it and what I'm doing, and you can copy me. And I'll go over those in a second. Right now, we do have a caller. And I'll take my call. I got 2 callers. I got Mike, and then I got Art. Mike, how you doing, Mike? Mike, go ahead.
I was excited about the CEMEX fell, and then they pulled out of the wall business, so concerns.
Okay, so you're in CX. Let's take a look at CX, see what you're doing. Okay, CX, let's put it up. Pop it up here for you, CX. Okay, you're concerned. Where did you get into CX? Price?
CX, I got into it at 780.
On 780, okay, at 780. Yeah, you caught it just perfect, okay? And now it's just, I don't know if you have the chart or not, the MV2 chart, but the institutions are starting to pull money out. They actually been pulling money out of this stock since, if you really look at it, they've been pulling money out since, I'll give you the date, February 13th. And then it went green a little bit, and then it started, today they're starting to pull money out again. The problem with it, if it breaks 847, then you've gone through all the support. She's sitting on support right now. And the problem is the volume is getting light. And yeah, we're losing energy. You're using a lot of energy in the stock. You don't have a lot of volume in it. So I would suggest, I don't know how many shares you got, but I would suggest to watch it. Then I would take at least half off, because right now the pattern on this, where it turned red, and this chart is never wrong. I would take half off.
I got fooled by what you were talking about there, where it went up to the green, went back into green last week or the week before, and that's when I thought, wow, it must, it's building a base here and going forward. But
right, and it just right, it did. It turned. When did you buy it?
Oh, geez, probably 2 months ago. I mean, I have a lot of shares. I have 20,000 shares, so.
Well, and you stayed in it when it turned red? It started to turn red around February 13th.
Every time, I've been riding on that wall business, and then I was terrified last week when they said, I think it was last week when they said we're going to pull out of the wall project, and I'm like, oh boy, but it didn't seem to do much to it.
Okay, so you stayed in it while you had the red signal on it, though.
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So you got that. That's the thing. Once you had that red signal, you got to pull out of it. Okay. Then when it turned green again, right?
Right.
Then get back in it, and you stayed in it through that. Well, anyways, so it's just turning red again. So like I said, if she starts breaking, because she pretty much was going sideways.
Right, exactly, for a while.
Yeah. So it's turning red now. What I would do, this was my trade, because it's turning red, I'd take at least half of it off. Okay, right now is what I would do.
Like good advice.
Thank you very much, Phil. I take half of it off. The next time it immediately turns red, after like a couple of days, especially if it stays red the third day, then that's when you got to take that money out of there, okay? Because that could have dropped really big on you. Okay, yeah. When you have a chart, the beautiful thing about the chart is that this chart, when it turns its color, and if it stays red for a couple of days and you're still holding on to it, it's telling you to get that money out of there. And then when it turns green again, it means the institutions are coming back in, and now it's turned red again. So you've got to follow the colors and do exactly what the colors tell you. If you hold on it through all the red colors, then that's where that's where you can start losing your money. Okay. We also have Art. I'll get a hold of you right now, Art. DLTR.
Hi, Phil. How are you?
I'm doing fine. DLTR.
Yeah, DLTR. I've been watching it for the last few weeks.
Yeah.
And right now it's been red, but we
you got
it today.
Yeah. Okay. DLTR. Money. Did you buy it?
No, I'm waiting to buy it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Don't buy it yet, because it's still money's pouring out of it. It's still red. Do not buy it. Do not buy it right now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Don't. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. When you lease this chart, you've got to follow the colors, or it doesn't help you. You can't be emotional. When it turns its color, you got to be like a computer and just do what it tells you to do. We'll be right back. It is 28 past the hour here on Phil's Gang. Join my gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated, so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que San Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. If you want to join my gang and follow me, I'm doing 3 stocks right now. UNG, which is a exchange traded fund. It's an oil and gas trust. And I also do an SDS, which is an inverse of the S&P Spiders, which means that we are shorting it by buying SDS. And then we shorted XLI, which is an exchange-traded fund for industrials. And if you remember, last week I said, just join the gang and follow me. And when I invest in these, you can see how I'm doing it and follow and do what I'm doing. It's not a fund. You don't send me money. You just look and just copy what I'm doing. It's an easy way of doing it. You don't have to go to class. You don't have to do nothing. It just takes a couple of minutes. And I do a video on it every night after the radio show, and I explain to you what I'm doing. And you can do the same thing I'm doing. So UNG, since it's turned green, it's up 13%. Most of the gang members didn't get in at 670. They got in at 706, which means they're up 7%, okay, on that stock, UNG. And now all the way I tell them what to do. Short, SDS, meaning we think the stock market's going down, and we've only been in that a few days, and right now we're up about 1.8% today in SDS. So if the market keeps going down, we can get a nice profit out of that. And lastly, XLI, these are the industrials we shorted, and that's doing nicely. We just started out with that a few days back last week, and we're up 1.5% already by shorting it. So we got in early on these. If you got time to get in to follow me, just go to the gang, philsgang.com, join the gang, and follow me as I invest in front of you in these three stocks. So, again, it's not a fund. You don't send me money. And it's a great way for you to learn. You see how I do it. And everybody's, gee, aren't you afraid to do that? No, because on 5 transactions, you're going to lose. Most of the time on 5, you're going to lose on 3. But that's the way the business is. But you keep those losses very, very small so that when you do have your winner, you cover them easily. You never let your losses run. That's the problem with your planners. That's the problem with the people who take your money. They keep the losers and they let them run. That's why you always lose money. At least with my chart, the MV2 chart, it will turn a color and tell you to get out. Matter of fact, one of the gentlemen just called on the phone. He stayed in. He said something about the company was going to be involved with building the wall. Well, when it turned red, okay, he should have been out, okay? You got to follow it. You can't have the emotion. That's what charting's about. Charting gets rid of the emotion. So you don't want to listen to any fundamental. And the fundamental was he had a good idea. I think I'll get in because they're building this road, or they're building the wall. But that has nothing to do with charting. Charting gets the emotion out. It just follows the institution money. So when the money was pulling out, it was all red. And then he stayed in it when it was red, okay? And then it went back to green. Right now it turned red again. You got to do exactly what it does. So the easiest way is follow me with these 3 stocks every day, and then you see how I do it, and then you can do the thing I'm doing. Okay, here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Okay, so let's talk a little bit what's going on here. The market today has been trying to turn positive all day long because what's happening is you got a lot of people who are jumping in the market on the pullback, which is stupid. We had this 14% rally, and now that it's pulling back, people are jumping in. So, oh, gee, I missed this rally. And they do not, they're still everybody's caught up in this euphoria, this Trump euphoria. Well, that euphoria is gone. I mean, there's a big problem out here right now. There really is. I mean, stocks. You know, I understand the promise, and he wants to keep his promise. But the key to President Trump's success and that of our country is that they can get the middle class working again. And you got to, and he's so far away from that because you can see what the caucus is doing. These Republicans, they're going to fight him all the way. So he has his good intentions, and you saw what happened with Obama, with his health care bill, Ryan's health care bill. I mean, it was stupid. And that's why he finally, I said to you, he was going to pull it, and he did. Thank God he did. And he pulled it. Now he's going to work on the big thing, which is the tax cuts, because it's the tax cuts that are going to grow this economy. It's going to give you a good job. And that's what you need. The tax system is broken. The American corporate tax system is broken. And Obama should have worked on that. And Congress should have worked on that. But they didn't. You know why? Because they're being paid by the lobbyists, Buffett, Soros, Carl Icahn, Copen, I mean, I can give you all the names of these guys were paying Obama and Congress off through contributions, you know, the old contribution scheme. I'll take care of your campaign for you, to make sure the law didn't change. They don't want the law to change because it helps America. Right now, it helps them much more. And that's what they care about, helping them much more. Like Buffett. When you were losing your home because your mortgage on the house was stamped AAA because Buffett's company issued the AAA rating, Moody's, that he owns, he should have said, no, I'm not going to issue any AAA ratings on these subprime mortgages. It's a scam. But he didn't care because he was making a fortune. It benefited him. Take XL Pipeline. It would have taken care 50,000 good jobs. These were not waitress and bartender jobs or healthcare type jobs. These were good jobs, $50,000, $60,000. He didn't care. He was going to lose $2 billion because his train can't compete with the oil pipeline. He's got to drop his prices. He's making $2 billion a year shipping oil by rail from Canada to Texas. That's gone. So for over 5 years, he's been paying off Obama. And he's been paying off members of Congress to make sure you couldn't get a $60,000 job. See, Congress is responsible. Obama and Congress are on the dole. They get paid by these lobbyists. So they can use as an excuse, hey, I pay one of the highest tax rates in the world. They want that excuse. They love that excuse. So they can move their multinational corporations, they can move their operations and reported profits offshore. Are you kidding? The money that Carl Icahn and Elon Musk and Soros and Buffett paid to Congress is incredible. To make sure no regulatory enforcement measures, no matter how elaborate, could ever stop the offshoring. It is Congress who is responsible for your job getting offshored. It's responsible for the factory that's closed. It's Congress who's being paid off by these guys. Lobbyists on K Street. Trump understands this. He knows this. And unless we get new tax laws in place, there's no hope for economic growth in this country. There hasn't been any for 8 years. Trump knows we need a level playing field so American products can compete fairly in these foreign markets and foreign products, but we can't compete. Now this Freedom Caucus is going to do everything they can to kill Trump's tax plan. Because it doesn't benefit Buffett or Cohen or Carl Icahn. They want to keep outsourcing. They don't want to do business here in the U.S. Why would anyone think that Trump would be so lucky to think that he can put together a new tax bill like the border adjusted tax bill, which is a great tax bill, when it's the same Congress and the same cartel who are working together to destroy Trump, to make him a one-term president? You think they're going to help him? Are you kidding? Do you think Musk or Buffett are going to be happy that 1.7 million jobs would be created? They don't care. We'll be right back. Join my gang. Follow me. 877-600-GANG. Follow my 3 stocks with me.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a longtime Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang Show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
I'm looking to make extra income, to plan for retirement and pay down my debt. Do you have any suggestions?
You should try Phil's Gang.
Tell me more. What is Phil's Gang?
Phil's Gang is an investing education service where Phil Grandy teaches you and guides you to making profits in the stock market using stock charts and following the technicals. Phil's Gang is a service for all types of investors, from beginners to experts. For only $39.95 a month, you'll get access to Phil's Gang live daily webinar class, Phil's alerts, and a huge library of educational investing videos.
But my time is very limited. Can Phil still help me?
Absolutely. With Phil's Gang, they have special programs tailored for anyone. You can follow him on just 3 stocks, or they have a working investor program for folks who have limited time, and all Phil's Gang material is archived, so you never miss a beat. Plus, if you have any questions, Phil's Gang has exceptional customer service support to assist you. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com to sign up. Or call them at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. Know where you get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Anybody who puts money in my pocket is my friend, and Phil Grandy can do the same for you. Learn how to grow and invest your money. Here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay. I got an announcement. Don't forget to get your tickets. Wednesday, May 10th, there is going to be an event at Michael's on East here in Sarasota, and it's going to start at 5:30. And I will be on a panel with myself, with Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, and Bill Buckley at Michael's on East, where we're going to take a look at the president's first 100 days, and we're going to discuss it and questions from the audience. And so you can get your tickets, all the information. Just go to philsgang.com, click on the banner on the homepage, and it's May 10th, and it starts at 5:30, and then the main event starts at the VIP reception is at 5:30 to 6:45, but the main event starts at 7, goes from 7 to 9. So make sure you pick up your tickets, and especially all my gang members, and I'll see you there. Okay, let's finish what's going on here. I'm running out of time quickly. Okay, market today is trying like hell to get pause again. All right, here's what we know. This thing, the healthcare, is not dead forever. He's going to be smarter than Obama. He's going to start working on the tax cuts. We need the tax cut. You got to get the taxes done. If you can't get the taxes done, there's no way to grow this country. There's no way for you to get good wages. No way for you to retire. We have a retirement crisis. But the problem we have is to make America great again. We have an influence that doesn't want America to be great again because they're doing just fine. And it's that powerful group of these very, very wealthy people that own 30 senators or 30 congressmen, I should say, okay, called the Freedom Caucus. And these people, the wealthiest people, the 1% people, the same owners, our owners, the people who own the private bank called the Federal Reserve, they're doing just fine. They want influence. They want power. They own the Federal Reserve. They own it. They don't want Trump coming in here and disrupting how they own Congress. They can't buy Trump, but they bought Obama. The healthcare companies bought Obama. Look at if you don't believe me, just look at the program they put in place for the profit center they put in for the what do they call it? I can't remember it, but windfall profit. They buried it on page 62 in the Obama healthcare bill. Just disgusting. Outright fraud, where Obama sold his office for money, and these senators and congressmen sold their office for money. Do you think they want to give that up? No, they got great power. The last thing they're going to do is approve the debt ceiling. The last thing they're going to do is approve any kind of a tax, new tax code. They're not going to do that. They love it just the way it is. See, the big mistake is he should have went for the tax reform first. He should have went out to the country and talked to the folks for 180 days and get them to understand this most difficult plan and the health care plan. And he should have explained it and then come back, and he should have told them, start writing this caucus of 30 Republicans who buy Congress. They're going to come against me. You better tell them if these, and he should have posted all the names and said, here's who your representatives are. They're part of this caucus, and you should make sure that you fire them. Because they don't care about the country. They care about the cash they put in their pockets. That's all they do care about. And we could get this thing through. It's going to be very, very difficult for him to get this through. So in the meantime, what's going on with the country? Well, I get a kick out of it because we're told every day.
We think the market was up for two reasons. The economy has done, both here and abroad, noticeably better. And the second reason is hope around fiscal policy. And that's that second piece underneath. The economy is still going okay. So we think earnings will continue to advance.
What a bunch of nonsense that is. The earnings? What earnings? There's no earnings. What's he talking about? The only thing that's been happening is buybacks. There's no earnings. You got to be kidding me. What makes stocks go up if money goes in when the chart turns green? Stocks go up if you got good tax cuts, you got good earnings growth. We have no earnings growth. Our earnings growth has been negative. Negative. What do you mean earnings growth? You got to have tax cuts, earnings growth, dividend payouts, and volatility. Your stock will go up if the institutions will buy. This economy has not been in recovery. It's been held up from collapsing by keeping interest rates low by our owners. And then they've been making sure that the government is paying low interest rates on the money they lend them to pay the interest on the loan. This is crazy. What's he talking about? Are you kidding? Earnings? Minus 8.3. That was the first quarter, last quarter 2015. The first quarter, minus 9%. The second quarter, minus 5%. I'm talking about where we are now. In 2016. And then we had the third quarter. It was the first time we were up by earnings were up by I think it was 1.6%. That was it, 1.6%. And then the last quarter they had earnings up because of the banks. They pumped the banks up. And then we got into the earnings this quarter we're in right now. Are you kidding me? The quarter we're in right now is 0.9%. So let's call it 1%. There's no earnings. So the way to make money in this market is stop listening to these people. And in the meantime, whether Trump gets his bill through, whether he doesn't, I would love for him to be successful. I'd love for him to get it through, but I've got to make money. So I'm just going to follow the big boys. I'm going to follow the institutions. And I designed the chart to do that. And I'm going to show you how I do it. And I'm still going to invite you right now. You can follow me with the 3 charts I'm invested in. 3 stocks. V&G, that's the oil and gas trust. UNG rather. And then I got I'm shorting the S&P, Exchange Traded Fund. That's called SDS. It's a reversal. And I took LI, which is an Exchange Traded Fund for industrial stocks. I bought a whole basket of them, and I'm shorting them, and those are doing fine. Those are already down 1.5%. We just did that last week. So you follow me every day on these. Just takes you two seconds. You don't have to do anything. Just 2 seconds. At the end of the day, I do my video. You come to the site and see what Phil's doing. Is he adding or is he not adding? What's he doing? And decide what stock you want to follow me. Follow me on all 3. And just do what I do. Nobody else has the guts to do that. I'll do it. I don't mind being wrong, because if I am wrong, then I make sure my losses are small, very small. It's crazy. If you're going to be investing based on fundamentals of what this country's doing and with all the garbage going on, you're out of your mind. Look what's going on in subprime auto loans. Are you kidding? Look what they've been doing with these subprime auto loans for years. They've been making payments, stretching them out to 7 years just so they can say, we have another boom. We have another auto boom. Just like the housing boom. The delinquencies are surging. We have the highest delinquencies, even higher than when the market crashed in 2008 on these stupid car loans. That's unbelievable. GM is trying to get incentives up over $5,100 for people to buy their car. Ford has an incentive over $4,000. Chrysler, $4,300. Are you kidding? They're all trying to get incentives to get people to buy these cars to get them off their lots. The used car, they're just collapsing the prices because you got all these leases coming in now. And you got all these leases all coming in, and you got all these autos sitting around that were leased, and it's killing used cars. We got so many problems. But you know what? I don't care. It's just like right now, I'm short the stock market by being long SDS. So call now or go to philsgang.com, join me, follow me. Just follow me in these 3 stocks for 4 weeks. It's only $39.95. That's the easiest way for you to do it. We'll see you on the charts. 877-600-GANG. They're waiting for your call.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low risk